Okay, hello again, all my YouTube folks. The people I'm house sitting for are going to be back tomorrow night. I'm always surprised how quickly this house sitting time goes by. It's just unreal. Um, but I thought that while I'm kind of finishing stuff up here and kind of getting ready to get out of here, I might do one more video topic for you because I I might have time to get one more in tomorrow, like when I'm taking a break during something or what have you. But for the most part, I think I'm going to be just too busy, um, you know, tidying up and stuff tomorrow, and have to go. All my laundry is on the sofa over there and stuff like that. So I have stuff to do. Um, But I was sort of having a conversation with ChatGPT earlier today. Um, it was about work. I don't remember exactly what aspect of it. And as you guys know, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm necessarily a supporter of a UBI, although I don't. It seems like there's two schools of thought about the United States, right? Like by most Americans. Okay? You either believe that everything should be more expensive and everybody should work harder in what's considered to be one of the best nations in the world, or you either think that things should be a little easier all around, um, living and working in what's considered to be one of the best nations in the world. Now, all of that's, this best nation stuff is very questionable and speculative at best. But um, I'm kind of under the impression that, you know, that we work too hard. Too much, maybe not too hard, but so I mean I still can't sit here and comprehend that a job wants a third of my life. That like it expects me to sell a third of my life to it for what is probably not a reasonable amount of money for owning a third of my life. Okay, so to say that I'm not necessarily a strict believer in it is kind of I think that how much your government entity takes care of its people is is progress. Okay, so socially at least, I think that there are a lot of nations that have a huge amount of progress over us. Um, you can attack me in the comments for saying that if you like, but uh, universal health care is a good thing. I, I mean, free health care. Uh, most major countries in the world like kind of understand that it's usually not a person's fault that something goes wrong with them. Okay, um, just because somebody gets cancer, it's not their fault in any way they got cancer. Like, we believe that they deserve to be financially ruined for that. Okay, because they will be. Insurance will never take care of all of it. Okay, um, but there are other nations in the world that kind of think that shit, that's not that person's fault, right? Like they need assistance with that, and it is what it is, and universal health care is what it is, and this, that, and the other. But what this really comes down to is, and I have mentioned this in other videos, we're at a point in this nation where jobs are continuing to disappear. Okay, and as jobs continue to disappear, less and less people can work, right? Even people who want to work, less and less people are able to do so, okay? So, so the reality is one of two things, okay? Either a lot of people in this nation are going to have to just disappear, and it seems like World War III might be starting, okay? Um, or the Fed is going to have to ensure that, you know, we're all going to be taken care of if they continue to eliminate jobs. Now, I have discussed things like work share programs before. But I kind of thought of something that's a little bit different, but is similar. That might work okay. So, uh, so let's say let's say it's just at a point where we only have enough. Let's say it gets to a point, just to make the math easy, where in this country we only have enough jobs for half the working population, right? Just that's all the jobs that are like if there are 300 million people, there are only 150 million jobs, and you know that's all there are going to be, and in fact they could disappear further. We might add one or two here or there, but like for the most part, we're kind of right there. So I have mentioned in other videos having like a work share program. This would be sort of similar. I would get hired for company A, and let's say my brother gets hired also for company A, okay? And let's say he's my work partner, all right? And what that means is that we both have the same job, and we both do that job 6 months of the year, okay? The other 6 months of the year, you are on full UBI, okay? So housing and, you know, necessities taken care of, right? Not extra money or anything like that. Like you're just kind of taken care of, right? So let's say, again, just for the ease of argument, I start this job in winter, right? Let's say we both get hired in winter, okay? But I'm going to be the one actually working winter, and I will work that entire quarter, right? While I'm working that quarter, my brother is on full UBI, right? Since I'm working, am on reduced or perhaps no UBI, depending on how this gets set up, right? So that kind of takes care of a lot of the UBI stress for the nation anyway, because, again, just for the ease of argument, they're only having to provide UBI to half the population at any given time, okay? So now, if people can find little odd things to do during their furlough time to make additional money or what have you, that might work out. But having more than one job probably wouldn't be allowed, since there aren't really enough of them to go around anyway. So job hoarding, just you couldn't do that anymore. But then the winter quarter comes to an end, okay? My brother comes to work at the tail end of my last shift in winter. I explain to him where everything is, and he then, we have a small meeting with our supervisor about the direction of the next quarter and the things I might need to expect when I get back. I'll be sent emails and kept in the loop. But that's when I will go on furlough. I will then start receiving my full UBI. I'll be at home or doing whatever that quarter. My brother will be then working spring. Okay? Summer comes around, we swap again. Right? So basically, everybody has income the entire year. Everybody has a job technically the entire year. And you will be guaranteed to work it the 6 months of the year that you're supposed to work it. So this again heavily reduces the UBI cost. It ensures that everybody can do some work and feel useful. And during the non-UBI period, the non-furlough period, you would have more available income to put into the economy. So I can't, any individual person can only be expected to put extra into the economy 6 months of the year. Now, this is obviously a very, quickly put together idea here, but I still think that it is because in order to receive UBI benefits, you do need to probably work under this potential scenario that I'm talking about here. But I have talked about a scenario where you just do that daily, like shifts are 12 hours, let's say. Me and my brother are still work partners. It's just that we do that daily instead of quarterly, right? So, I go in, our shift is 12 hours long. I go in, work the first 6 hours of it. My brother comes in like, hey, where are we at? I've done this, and this tonight. This, and this need done. Here's your work readout for, the rest of the night. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening or whatever. And then he finishes out the rest of the 12-hour shift. That'd certainly be another way to do it. But you wouldn't have, at least doing it this other way that I've talked about, if you've managed to put away some money during your work time, you would have available time to go and travel or, do something else if you wanted to. Doing it in a daily manner would make the pace of life just about as shitty as it is any day. But I think that this is an interesting idea, and I really think that probably, really this is our only choice. If we continue to move forward as a nation the way that we are, again, if they don't toss, millions of us into the grinder somehow, just there's not enough work to go around. Like some type of government assistance. Even Elon Musk says that it's inevitable. I don't like that guy, but a lot of people do, and think he's a genius. And if that guy's saying yeah, UBI is we're not going to be able to avoid it, then I'm trying to think. I'm done thinking that we can. The only question now is how are we going to manage it, so that we're all getting an equal handout and having to contribute equally as well. These are some complex issues. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk it out in the comments if you want. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the end of the video if you did. goemonronin, signing out. Might be a little while before I see you guys, or put any new content out. We'll have to see.